I used to take the same stairwell every evening when leaving my apartment building, a narrow concrete staircase wedged between two old walls that always echoed faintly when someone walked through it. And because I lived on the 5th floor, I'd gotten used to the rhythm of my footsteps, the creak of the railing, and the soft hum of the single fluorescent bulb that flickered near the bottom. But one night, as I started down the stairs, I noticed something that hadn't been there before. A small window halfway between the 3rd and 2nd floor that I could have sworn never existed. A rectangular pane of cloudy glass set into the wall at a height just above eye level. And it struck me so abruptly that I stopped mid-step, staring at it because I passed this exact spot every day and would have remembered a window, especially one that looked so old. The frame chipped and faintly warped as if it had been there for decades, hidden in plain sight, and out of pure curiosity. I moved closer, placing my hand lightly on the cold wall beside it, and leaned forward just enough to look through the fogged glass, expecting to see another hallway or maybe some maintenance room. But all I could see was darkness, a deep, still black that didn't look like an unlit room, but more like space, as if the window didn't lead to anything at all, and I felt an uneasy pressure in the air, something like the sensation of someone standing behind you even when you know you're alone. So I stepped back, shaking off the feeling, and continued down the stairs, but halfway to the bottom I heard something faint from behind me, a soft tapping sound, light and irregular like fingertips on glass, and for a moment I froze, wondering if I had imagined it, but the sound came again, slightly clearer this time, as if someone, or something, on the other side of that window had begun to tap in a slow, deliberate rhythm. And when I finally turned my head toward the landing above me, the window was still there, silent and dark. No movement, no shadow, nothing but the same strange stillness it had a moment ago. Yet something in me felt drawn to it. Not out of fear exactly, but out of the kind of curiosity that makes your chest tighten. So I took a few steps back up the stairs until I stood opposite the window again, staring at the cloudy pane as the hallway lights hummed softly above me, and the tapping stopped instantly, replaced by a deep, heavy quiet that made the stairwell feel colder. And slowly, very slowly, I leaned forward and looked into the glass again, and although the darkness beyond it didn't shift or move, I felt an unmistakable sensation wash over me, as if something on the other side was standing extremely close, watching me through the thickness of the fogged pane, something tall enough that the darkness seemed to rise a little higher in the frame, and I quickly stepped back, telling myself it was just my mind playing tricks on me because of the strange lighting or the old building settling. So I forced myself to go downstairs and out into the night air. But the moment I stepped outside, I glanced up at the stairwell windows just out of habit, and to my confusion, every window matched the floors perfectly, except one, which was completely dark and positioned exactly where that strange pane had been. Yet it looked different from the outside, narrower and almost recessed into the wall in a way that didn't match the building's structure, and I stood there longer than I meant to, staring at it because something about it didn't feel right. And later that night, when I returned home, I took the elevator instead of the stairs. But even as I walked down the hallway to my apartment, I kept glancing behind me, waiting for some faint tapping sound to follow me, and for the next few days I avoided the stairwell entirely, telling myself I was being irrational. But one evening I couldn't avoid it because the elevator was out of service, and with no other choice, I stepped into the stairwell and began climbing, each footstep echoing sharply up the narrow space. And as I approached the landing where the window had been, I felt the air grow still, too still. And when I reached it, the wall was completely solid. No window, no frame, not even an outline where it should have been. Just blank concrete, as if nothing had ever existed there. And I stood there in an uneasy silence, unsure if I should feel relieved or more unsettled. Because if the window had truly never been there, then I had no explanation for what I saw that night. No reason for the tapping. No reason for the feeling of something watching through the glass. And ever since then, I've taken the elevator every chance I get. Because sometimes in the quiet places, the ones we think we know so well, something small can reveal itself for a moment. Not to frighten us, but to remind us that some corners of the world stay hidden until they decide not to be, and once you notice them, you never really stop wondering what was on the other side of the glass waiting for you to look first.